Everyone, hello my Instagram friends and followers. I hope you all had a good week and you're having a good weekend as well. I wanted to come on and share something with you, something that's been playing on my mind, something that I've been contemplating about. It actually ties in with the concept that I do talk about now and again, and I wanted to bring this experiment with it. If you are hopping on now, then please say hello so I can say hello to you back. And if you're watching this later, then please comment #replay. Thank you. So the marshmallow experiment, as I tell it, I'd love to know, so please comment yes or no. Have you heard of this experiment before? Apparently it's quite famous. I personally hadn't heard of it before, and how I heard about it was from my life and business coach, Alina Grayson. Hi Raquel, so good to see you. I think you will enjoy this one. I hope you've got time to listen to this video. Yeah, so I heard it from my life and business coach. At the moment I am in her self-mastery program, actually doing multiple things. There's a couple of books I'm reading and there's a couple of programs I'm taking, and it's the self-mastery program. I thought that I was a very disciplined person. Wow, this program is taking me to a whole new world. Which is really, really exciting, and I'm sure that I'll be sharing more things as I go. But I wanted to really tell you about this and talk about the concept. Some of you will have heard me talking about this before, and for others it will be the first time. If it's the first time, it's fantastic, you're learning something new. If it's not the first time, well then repetition is how we learn and how we remember things. So let me get to it. So what is this marshmallow experiment? It was quite a famous experiment that was done in the 1972 in America. And what they did is there was an experiment with children, and it was experiment about delayed gratification. So what they did, they had a large group of children and they gave these children a marshmallow, and they put them in a room with nothing but this marshmallow. And the person that was conducting the study said to the children, if you wait and if you don't eat this marshmallow, I will come back with another treat for you. And they had to wait 15 minutes. As you can probably predict, some children waited for the 15 minutes and some children didn't. They ate the marshmallow. After 15 minutes, those ones who waited, they were offered either another marshmallow or a pretzel, and asked them what they would prefer. And then of course the children that didn't wait, then that is what they got, that one marshmallow. Then what happened next was that they followed these children up into their adulthood, and something like 40 years later they looked at these two groups, who waited and who didn't wait, and they looked at their health, their weight, emotional well-being, their jobs, how financially secure or not very secure they were, and so on and so on. This may or may not surprise you, but the children who waited and who didn't give in into instant gratification, and they waited because they trusted that something better was going to come, more was going to come. If they wait, they had better health, they were slimmer, they had more money, they had better jobs, they had more happiness in their lives. The ones that didn't wait and just went for the, there and now, I want the pleasure here and now, they were the ones that didn't have, the best shape of their lives. They were overweight, they had health problems, they didn't have very good jobs, they had lots of different addictions, mental health problems, and so on and so on. After this study was done, and comment please yes or no if you have heard of this experiment before. Like I said, I hadn't, so it was very interesting for me. Since then, there was another study that was done with many more children, and then they tried to say that you need to take into the equation many different factors, like what kind of families these children come from, what's the economic situation of those families. Raquel says she hasn't. It's very interesting, isn't it? So they kind of tried to say that it's not as simple as that since this study was conducted. For me personally, regardless of what's happened since and what other studies have been done, I take a very strong message from it. I do, because I personally think that we live in a world where we just want things here and now. Or what some people refer to as the light switch society. You want something to eat, you click your fingers, or Uber Eats, 10-15 minutes later you get a knock on the door, food's here. You want to order something online, you pay extra, Amazon Prime, you get it the next day. I once had it when I was breastfeeding at night, and I ordered something that I needed. It was actually a breast cooling pads. I do remember, at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't believe I got a message like at 7 o'clock in the morning to say it was an Amazon locker. I was like, what? Like five hours later? How is that even possible? It's just, everything is just instant. So when we are like that, our brain always looks for the easy way, for the shortcut. I want it and I want it now. And what happens is we don't have the patience anymore. We don't have the self-discipline anymore, because we don't train those qualities within us. We don't train those personality traits. We just want everything here and we want everything now. We sign up with certain coaches or mentors or their programs. If we don't see an instant, wow, my life has changed 360 degrees within the first week, we like quickly to say, that coach is no good, that mentor shit, that program's useless. So we're very quick to judge the person or their product and say, this is not a very good teacher. But what kind of student are you? That is my question to you. Are you the best student? You want the best teacher, but are you the best student? And we're just not willing to wait and be patient and trust the process anymore. We just want the results really quickly. And I see it in all sorts of things. Of course, I'll use weight loss examples as my main ones from my area of expertise, but I see it in all sorts of different forms. People, let's say you are someone who wants to, grow your business or renovate your house because you want to increase the value of the house. I don't know. You want to get something that will benefit your health and well-being. Maybe it's a course that you want to invest, but the first amount of money you get, you're like, what I'm gonna get, and you just go and quickly spend it on something. It's as if it's burning in your hands, and you just quickly like, I just want something and I want something now. I don't know, we're feeling quite stressed, we want to relax. We're not thinking the long game, we're not thinking the bigger context. If I go and get some fresh air, if I do some exercise, if I go to bed early, I'll probably feel a little bit better. Instead, we do exactly the opposite. We want a quick fix, I'm going to have a piece of cake, I'm going to have a glass of wine, and I get that instant high. Oh, but for how long? 5 minutes, half an hour, and then the next day you're back to square one, right? We just don't think the bigger picture often enough. And I love this saying, and I believe it to be true, is that the fastest way to get somewhere is to go there slowly. It really is. And I know that from my own weight loss journey. For those who don't know, let me just tell you in a couple of words, there were like 3 phases in my own weight loss journey. In the first phase, I was desperately looking for the best diet, exercise program, a weight loss supplement. I was looking for a quick fix. Even to the point that I had tried hundreds of these things and nothing worked, and I even went to a clinic to lose weight under medical supervision. That is when I got the best result, but it was only short term. The weight returned very quickly. Why? Because I very quickly went back to my old habits. Then I realized that there was not a quick fix and I just needed to do the healthy lifestyle thing. So I started eating well and exercising. And I was very focused on how much weight and how quickly I wanted to lose it. I set myself quite a realistic target, which was I wanted to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. So that was very realistic. It's a healthy weight loss, and that's when you know you're actually losing fat rather than muscle mass or water weight, water retention weight and things like that. And then it came a point that I was so focused on the scales, and when I didn't see the result, I just found it harder and harder and harder to keep going because it was very demotivating. The scales either didn't move or, God forbid, they went up a little bit. And then I had this light bulb changing moment that I decided that I knew I was going to give up again, and I decided to switch that for action-based goals. So I was like, I'm going to forget all about weighing myself and all the rest of it. I'm just going to trust if I work with myself, it is impossible that the result is not going to come. And I remember that important moment, and then I just set to myself the target, which was I'm going to exercise 4 times a week and forget the weight. And then the funny thing is, I'm telling this story as Raquel is watching this live, because Raquel saw me at the gym that day and she was like, well, how is it going, Bea? How much weight have you lost? And I was like really grumpy that day, and I was like, I don't know, but I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna come to the gym 4 times a week. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. I'll lose the weight. I'll lose it. And maybe you remember, Raquel, I was like, no, I'm just gonna keep going. Like, forget weighing. I don't know how much I lost. I don't care. I'm just gonna keep going. And that is when I got a very good result. But then I went on to realize that I kept self-sabotaging. Although I was good as gold on my good days, if there was a little stress in my life, if I didn't feel my best, I certainly do, but yeah, I can't remember, it's like, I'm just gonna keep going, like, forget the weights, like, I'm gonna focus on the process. And then I realized that that wasn't it, because I just kept self-sabotaging. I kept binge drinking and binge eating, and it was like a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months sometimes, and then I realized from my psychotherapy studies that things like your motivation, willpower, planning, they're all in your conscious mind, and in your subconscious mind you have your identity and your habits. And that is the bigger part of your mind. That is 95% of your mind. And one of the roles of your subconscious mind is to protect your identity. It makes no judgment. It doesn't judge to say, well, you better change, Bea, because the way you feel about yourself is not very nice. It makes no judgment. It just simply preserves the identity, and that's when you start sabotaging. So for me, it was, wait a minute, Bea, what are you doing? Eating healthily, exercising. You are an unhealthy person. It's hard for you to lose weight. You love eating, you love your glass of wine and this and that, and it's just this pullback. Sooner or later there was just this constant pullback, and it was just this vicious cycle, and just couldn't break out of it. And then I realized that what I really had to work on wasn't working harder at the gym or eating cleaner in my kitchen. It was working on my mindset. And when I did all that work, everything else just fell into place. I changed the way I exercised, I changed what I ate, but I started doing the things that were right for me. And that's when it felt like somebody waved like a magic wand, because it all became easy. And why it became easy? Because eating healthily and exercising wasn't what I was doing, it was who I became. Do you see the difference? Healthy lifestyle, it's not something I do, it's something who I am. And I remember this moment when I heard a quote from Jennifer Lopez, and that's why I've chosen the motto. I came up with this motto when I was having a shower one day, that you can't have a Jennifer Lopez body with the Bridget Jones mindset. Somebody asked her about eating cake, and she said, well, what do you mean, eat cake? I'm J-Lo. And I was like, it's who she is. For me, it's like the oxygen that I breathe. And yes, now and again, I need to make sure that I've got things sorted in my environment, which is number one factor. Your environment, the people you hang out with, have got enormous influence on your subconscious mind. So I did take care of those things. But fundamentally, because I've worked on my mindset, it didn't matter that I got pregnant, because I gained very little pregnancy weight. And I lost my pregnancy weight like 3 weeks after I had my baby girl. It was like crazy. I thought it would take me months and months, a year even, to lose that weight, but it took me less than a month. And after I had my baby girl, oh my God, there's nothing more testing than no energy, no sleep, screaming baby. I was stressed out of my mind, first time parent. But even that didn't shake me, because your brain is a problem-solving organ. When there's a will, there's a way. And yes, you know, how I used to live my healthy lifestyle doesn't work for me anymore. I can't do most of those things. But because it's who I am, and, you know, we've got such a tool as being imaginative and being creative, I have found loads of different ways of achieving the same result, and that will happen for you. And I see this with other mums. I've got a mum friend who lost a lot of weight before she had her baby girl, near enough to what I lost, but she did it with a very strict regime. She was eating certain things and exercising a certain way. And then as soon as she had a baby girl, and she had hers 2 weeks after I had my baby girl, so really close together, and she's just eating junk, and she's gaining weight, and she's very unhappy. It's because she didn't work on her mindset. She had a very strict, focused vision. This is what I eat, and this is what I exercise, how I exercise. Now I have a baby, I can't do that, and I'm very stressed, so it all very quickly falls apart. I think you get the idea. So the fastest way to get somewhere really is to go there slowly. So have patience, trust the process, that if you keep working on yourself and you keep working on the right things, which is your identity, your habits, your discipline, then results are going to happen. You know, date your goals, but marry the process. It's the process. Trust the process. And just because you don't see an instant result, don't give up. Keep going. A very recent example, I'm doing a couple of challenges, one of which is a meditation challenge that my coach set for me, and I have to do it for 30 days. And I was like, oh, I'm not sure it's the right time, because my baby girl is teething at the moment. By the way, if anybody has got anything they can share that might help, then please do, because we're having a very difficult time at the moment. I'm just waiting for the first teeth to appear, and it's very difficult. We're powering through, deep breaths. So I was like, it's not the right time. But my coach says, you know, you just got to be a no matter what person, you know, you just got to do it. And then I was kind of contemplating, do I, don't I? And then another coach from our community said, I'll be your accountability partner. And I'm like, oh no, I'm going to have to do it now, because Helen wants to be my accountability partner. And then even on difficult days, I have sat there thinking, because I have to message her every day I've done it. I was like, do I just tell a little white lie? I'll just go to bed, but I'll message her and say, you know, done it. I was like, no, we're going to do it. So when I started, and I'm now on day 18, I think, it was so difficult. I thought meditation's not for me. I just can't seem to be able to quiet my mind. I just want to go to bed. And there was a lot of resistance. But I did keep with it. And then recently, I love it so much because I have seen so many benefits that I've gone from meditating like 15 minutes to meditating an hour, and like I can't get enough of it, because now I can really feel how it's calmed and regulated my nervous system. I sleep so much better, I'm so much calmer. And some nights, I get up twice, some nights I get up 6 times with my baby girl, it depends. But I just get up, I don't get worked up about it, I go and do what I've got to do, and then I fall asleep afterwards very quickly again. I'm just so much calmer. And it reminds me of me hearing Bonzi J. Shetty when he said, if you're busy, you should meditate 1 hour a day, but if you're really busy, you should meditate 2 hours a day. And now I get it, because you have to see the bigger picture. But see, most of us will give up very quickly. And, I was at that stage, and I was like, this is not for me, this is not working, nothing's changing, and I was nearly 2 weeks in, For some of us it will happen sooner, for others it will take longer. We're all on our individual journeys. But can you trust the process? Can you be self-disciplined? Can you have the patience and trust that it is going to work? And I'm so happy that I did. And I'm so happy I didn't message Helen and lie to her, telling her I've done it when I haven't done it, or the easiest thing to do would to be to say, my baby girl is teething, I'm up every 2 hours, I can't do it, it's when I have to go to bed, I just have to go to bed. But then nothing changes, does it, in your life? But it's when we can really master ourselves, have the patience, have the discipline, it's when we can achieve, that's when ordinary people can do extraordinary things. I think that is all that I wanted to talk to you about. Today, because I have extended it, is the last day for my winter offer, which is that if you join my weight loss program, you get one of my masterclasses as a gift. So my program is £111. Payment plans are available. If you contact me, we can discuss that. And then the masterclasses are between £20 and £30, and I've got a couple. You can have a look on my website, which is in my bio, thebeadrive.com, under products and services. You'll see the different masterclasses that I have. So yes, so you get the free gift if you join today, and you can get the program and the masterclass. The format of the program is that you get the lectures and homework, and then you get one-to-one support from me. So you'll watch a lecture, you'll do a homework, and then we will discuss it. It can be either a phone call, text message, voice note. Different people prefer different things, so we can go with what works for you. And my program is based on weight loss psychology, because that is what I believe and know in my heart is what works. Because the best diet is the diet that you can stick to, the best exercise is the exercise you can stick to, but to find out what is best for you, not for one coach or for for your friend or your neighbor, you have to do the inner work, and you have to work on your identity, because we're all so different. Our genetics, our lifestyle, our preferences, our budgets, the list goes on. So it's very, very individualized approach. And if you have tried endless products, programs, to do with the way you eat or to do with the way you move your body, and it hasn't worked, or it has only worked short term, then this might be what changes the journey, that is a game changer for you. Weight loss psychology. So you can learn all about in my program. We'll talk about everything to do with habits, everything to do with psychology, the mindset you need to have, emotional eating, food addiction. I have a new edition of a style consultation at the end of it, because once we start looking and feeling better, we want to know how to dress for our body shape as well, don't we? And what colors to wear and things like that. So you get that like a little bonus at the end of the program, style and confidence as well. So that's the offer. I will be back shortly with the next things that I've got in the pipeline. I'm working on 2 other projects at the moment, so you'll be hearing about them next, but this is the last day for this offer if anybody wants to jump in today. So you can buy the ticket online unless you want to get the payment plan, and then you can message me and tell me which masterclass you would like as your gift. If you have enjoyed this video, then please give it a heart. It does mean the world. So I know that people are enjoying this kind of content, and to motivate me to come back talking, knowing that people want to listen to this kind of content. And if you know of anyone that would benefit from hearing this, then please tag a friend or friends so they can come and watch this video. I always say sharing is caring. Let's spread the word. And if weight loss is not for you, or if I'm not your person, you can still perhaps take a message from this video, which is that, you know, it is important that we don't reach for that instant gratification. And if we can have the patience, self-discipline and trust the process, that is when we will get the results, and the results that are worthwhile. Because we don't always have to join people's programs or hire them as mentors. We can, or sometimes, you know, we can just learn from people. So whatever stage in your life you're at, I appreciate you anyway, and thank you for supporting me the way you can, and that feels good for you. I shall love you and leave you. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon. I think my husband will probably be back in a second. He's given me an hour to do the 2 videos that I wanted to do, and he's going to see his parents, and spend an hour with them so they can see the baby, and they'll be back in a minute. So wishing you a fantastic Sunday afternoon. I'll be looking forward to hearing from those who want to jump in and work on these things for once and for all, so you never have to go on another diet again. How good does that sound? I'll leave that with you. Be healthy, be happy, be you.